This summit will be 10 years since the release of Spike Lee's feature debut, She's Gotta Have It. His latest film, Girl 6, is the first time he has returned to a female-centered story. It is a story sure to inspire as much discussion as any of his previous works. The film follows an aspiring actress who is down on her luck and becomes a phone sex operator in order to pay her bills. As she becomes immersed in the fantasy world, she learns more about her acting skills and her self-image than she ever did with any acting job. Joining me now to talk about movies and phone sex and other things is Spike Lee, filmmaker. Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to have you here. You're on your way
to be here.
Watch the Knicks, and we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Reggie, you like Reggie, don't you?
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, even though...
I got blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
we like each other.
Girl 6.
Mm-hmm. The new movie, number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9 meaning what? Number...
The 9th film.
Oh, the 9th film, you, right.
The Beatles song.
The notion of you returning to a movie in which the central character is a woman, any significance in that?
Yeah, we thought it was time. 10 years has been long enough if you don't count Crooklyn, where the lead character was a girl, 10 years old. So we felt that, as you said, with me, in this article, it'll be 10 years since we did She's Gonna Have It. It was time to go back and try to do something else, where we had the lead, where the lead was a female.
Where'd the story come from?
Well, the story really came from, thinking about She's Gonna Have It, and how in that film, Nola Darling has 3 lovers at the same time. And, people thought that was cute and stuff like that, but that was before AIDS. And now, 10 years later, that kind of conduct, the behavior, is dangerous. And 10 years ago, the phone sex business was in its infancy. It was not a multi-billion-dollar industry. So these two things is really to look how things have changed in the past 10 years.
And why does she get involved in phone sex, your lead character?
Quick money. She's a starving actress living here in New York, and like most starving actors here in the city, they feel that if they get to Los Angeles, if they just get to Hollywood,
get the break, they'll be a star.
Get the break, they'll be a star, and she needs this quick cash to finance the trip to Hollywood.
Who's the lead actress?
Lead actress is Teresa Randall. Teresa's a very fine actress, was in 2 other of my films, Jungle Fever and Malcolm X.
Set this film up. This is Phone Sex is Not Acting, in which the discovery of the art of phone sex with Girl 6, Teresa Randall, as we said.
Well, I'm in the film also, and I play...
Imagine my surprise.
I play her neighbor and...
Confidant.
Confident. I have like dreams of my own. I'm a sports memorabilia collector.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting on her why she, forsaking her acting career to do this phone bone stuff, as I say.
Roll tape. Here it is. Pretty good there, sir.
Do all right.
Why do you put yourself in your films?
Very simple reasons that the people who do like my film would like to see me in them. The first...
This is Alfred Hitchcock kind of thing?
No, because I do more than cameos.
No, I know you do, but it's the idea that people always look for him to be in his films, even though it was a cameo.
Yeah, the first film, She's Gonna Have It, the only reason I was in that film playing Mars Blackman was because we couldn't afford to pay anybody else, and audience seemed to like that, and Nike liked it enough to pair me and Michael Jordan together, so, that's where it started.
Do you like it?
No, I don't like acting.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
It's rough. It's very hard to be a good actor, and I think what I do is limited, so I just try to do my little part and get out of the way and let the great actors like Denzel, Wesley, Anthony Quinn, John Turturro, Danny Hello, people like Ozzie Davis.
But this is a principal character in this film.
Well, it's just not really.
No, it is.
Charlie,
Come on,
because no, really, this is a star vehicle for Teresa Randall, and so Isaiah and Isaiah Washington, who plays her ex-husband, I really like supporting her. Yes, we like supporting players to her star part.
Yeah. You got a lot of sort of roles by friends of yours, I assume. You got Madonna plays a little cameo role.
John Turturro, Ron Silver, Naomi Campbell, Peter Berg,
and Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino plays a director named he plays the hottest director in Hollywood.
And there's a great scene in which she comes in and he asks her to...
Yeah, so the movie opens with an audition where he's casting an actress for the greatest African-American romance ever filmed to be directed by him. And he asked her to take off her top.
Yeah, and she says...
She does it, but she leaves in a huff.
Yeah. And then later, at the end of the movie, are we giving the movie away? Have we come all the way back?
Yes.
All right, let's stay away from that then. Let me look at another film, because I had a lot of things I want to talk to you about. Set this up. This is a fantasy sequence in Girl 6 as Foxy Brown. Set this clip up for me.
Well, one of Girl 6's problems is that she has a lot of times she has difficulty, distinguishing reality from fantasy. So she goes off into...
Well, said another way, I mean, I don't want to prompt the great director, but said another way is that she gets into the role.
Well...
And sort of...
Let's see.
All right. Roll tape. Here it is. We're back with Spike Lee. Let me talk a little bit about what's now this controversy that was on the front page of, on the cover of People magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
Well, People magazine chose a very opportune time to come out with this article about how black people, minorities, are not really represented in the film industry. And the timing was good because, the Academy Awards are Monday night, and this year there are 166 nominees, and only one of those nominees is an African American, no Latinos, no Native Americans.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that those numbers that I told you really reflect the membership of the people who vote. And I think that we're just really treated as second class. To be honest, we're treated as second class citizens.
Who should have been nominated that wasn't?
Well, I mean, I think Don Cheadle, his performance in Devil in the Blue Dress, Delroy Lindo for Clockers. I think that Babyface should have been nominated for Best Song, or Whitney, and...
Waiting?
Yeah, for Wait and Exhale. And, there's a lot of technical stuff, too, but we just don't... I guess we're not talented enough to get these nominations.
That's not what you think.
I believe that. We just don't have the talent, Charlie.
Jackie Robinson, a movie that you very much want to make.
Yes, we've been working on this for the last 2 years, and we had a development deal with Turner Pictures, and they put it in turnaround, so they won't be making it, but hopefully we'll be able to find somebody who will spend the necessary amount of money to make this film correctly.
40?
No, we can do it for $30
million.
No, we can do it for 35, and 35 is average. Yeah. That's the average budget for Hollywood
Here's what
film
somebody
today.
told me. They said Spike knows that with Malcolm X, he said he could make it less than he could, and he knew that, but he wanted to get the money in order to... No, listen to me. He wanted to get to make the movie.
So I could have made it less than
No,
what?
said that you knew it was going to take more than $25 million to make it.
Right.
But you only said $25 million because you didn't think you could get that much money to make it.
That's not true, Charlie. We told Warner Brothers from the very beginning.
$40 million?
No, we told them it was going to cost 33. What it actually cost, and they said they're only going to give us 20 domestically, and they said you could sell the foreign rights, and we sold the foreign rights to Largo for 8. So we were still $5 million short.
$5 million short.
Yes,
and you went out and raised it from Oprah and Bill Cosby and people like that.
They got some, and then finally Warner Brothers kicked in with the rest of the money. But I never said I was going to. I've always said from the get-go that was going to cost 33.
So you didn't deflate what it was going to cost in order to make sure everybody was on board because this was a movie you wanted to make, and you realize you can't do that the second time.
Did not do that. I was surprised. I was telling them it was cost 33, and I was surprised that the Bond Company and Warner Brothers and Largo signed up on the budget, knowing I was saying it was going to cost 33, from the beginning.
The reason you can't raise $35 million to make a movie at a very appropriate time about Jackie Robinson. It'll be, what, some anniversary of his, what?
Well,
97.
97 will be the 50th anniversary of Jackie breaking the color barrier.
Okay. And you can't raise $35 million to make that film. TNT, Turner was going to do it, and then they backed down.
Well, they for whatever reason, they said they don't feel
well, what did they
comfortable.
say?
We don't want to make the movie.
Okay, fine. Then you said why, and they said what?
No, because a lot of times
I'm pulling stuff out of you. It's a little hard for me here.
I'm really telling you. I mean, they don't want to tell me that the script sucks, because then they want to work with me. Somewhere down the line. So You know, they try to be, it's very political, so they just don't want to make it. Simple as that.
Yeah, and because obviously they didn't believe it was box office?
Well, I mean, I guess they consider it just a black baseball film,
And you considered it what?
I consider it a great American story.
Will it get made?
Yes.
You'll get the money.
We'll get the money.
And will you make it by 1997?
No, that's not going to happen. But we'll get the film made. Marvin Worth, the man who produced Malcolm X, it took him 20 years to try to get that film made.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not crying about it because this is the first time since I've been a filmmaker that I've never got a film made that I wanted to make. So I've been very lucky, and we were on a roll. And it didn't work on Jackie Robinson, but it's the first time it's ever happened.
The Knickerbockers.
Yes.
What do you think about them this year?
Well, I was very happy when on national television when the Knicks creamed
the Bulls.
The Bulls, and
your pal Michael.
My pal Michael was glad that the artist formerly known as Prince and his wife were my guests at that game, and tonight the Knicks play.
Now he does the sound. Does he do the music?
Yeah,
for
he did
this?
all the music for Girls 6, and Knicks going to beat Indiana tonight, and tomorrow my wife and I will be going to Chicago
to watch them beat the Bulls.
With the Bulls, they'll be without Scottie Pippen.
Chicago.
In Chicago.
They'll be without Pippen and Rodman.
Yeah, both of them.
Well, I guess they could do it then.
Well, I don't know. Michael might pick up the slack, so it's not going to be easy.
It's a lot of slack to pick up.
It's not going to be easy, though.
Yeah. What do you think about the new Knicks with the new coach?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know, for a while things looked very bleak, but I think that Checketts and Ernie Grunfeld did the right thing by
getting rid of Nelson.
He had to go.
Why? The chemistry wasn't right with the players.
Chemistry wasn't right with the players.
I don't want to ask the question and answer them too.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't right. And if the coach insults the main man, I mean, you have to
Patrick
be more,
being the main man.
Yes, you have to be very diplomatic. I mean, if the coach doesn't have the main man, doesn't have his confidence, and the other players follow it up, and you've lost the team.
Well, speaking of main men, how about John Thompson down at the Georgetown Hoyas?
Yes, I've always loved John Thompson, and I did HBO Sports Magazine profile was terrific. Yeah, I did. That was
you enjoy
fun.
Doing that?
Very much, very much. I'm gonna do a couple more for them, and I'm looking forward to going down to Atlanta Saturday. My grandma lives in Atlanta.
Yeah,
she's 91. Spend the day with her, then going to the Georgia Superdome.
This is your dad's mother, or your mother's mother? Mother's mother. Yeah.
And go and see, which really should be the national championship game, Georgetown against UMass. They both win Thursday night.
Can Georgetown beat UMass?
Yes.
Can Georgetown win it all?
Yes.
Is Allen Iverson the MVP of the Final Four?
He will be if they win. It's going to take him playing like that, playing like MVP for Georgetown to win. But and I hope that they'll make it back to the Meadowlands.
What's next for you?
Well, I'm doing a film, Charlie. We start shooting April
on
1st. It's called Get on the Bus, and the film is about the Million Man March. It's about the journey of 20 African American men who board a bus in Los Angeles and make the cross-country trip to D.C. for the march. And so in these 72 hours, you get to know every one of these guys on the bus and why, for their own specific reasons, why they're making this trip.
Did that Million Man March speak to you?
Yes, yes it did. And the great, you had this whole thing about, the boycott, Jesse wants to boycott the
He's going to protest out of the Oscars.
Protest.
Why aren't you out there in the line with him?
Because I have Jesse's full support, but first of all, I can't be out there because it makes me look like sour grapes. I'm just out there because I didn't get nominated. Yeah. But I think what's even better is that this film, my approach is this. This film is being financed totally by 15 African American men. Johnny Cochran, Wesley Snipes, Danny Glover, Bob Johnson's BET, I normally leave Charles Smith for now the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, late of the Knicks.
Late of the Knicks. So all of us have come together and financed this
film. How about Michael Jordan?
Well, maybe they'll come in the next film. But Columbia Pictures pick up distribution, and the film is going to come out October 16th will be the 1-year anniversary of the march.
You are how old?
39 today.
Today's your birthday?
Yes,
How do you
39.
feel about 39?
You know, it's really no big thing, to be honest. I mean,
Your birthday, 39.
the age doesn't really, I mean, maybe it'll hit me next year with the big 4-0, but, you know, I'm getting ready to go to the game now, see the Knicks.
Well, don't go
Win
yet.
the
We got
game.
a little something here because we've been in conversation with some friends of yours. People who know you and care about you. And we got a little something here, so before you go, here it is. Bring this thing on out here, and we're going to show a little happy birthday for you, my friend. Look at this. Spike Lee is 39 years old today. Here's happy birthday. And guess who these are from?
My wife?
Yeah, read it.
Doesn't say.
Well-
wait, I got it.
All right. This is a young lawyer from Washington you met at Georgetown? Was she at Georgetown?
No, she was at UVA.
UVA.
I met her in D.C. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. Tanya. I love you too, Tanya.
Is she going to the game tonight?
Yeah, she'll be right there.
Good luck, buddy. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Great to see you, as
All right.
always.
Gotta...
Try to blow it out there. Spike Lee. The film is called Girl 6, being released
Friday.
Friday. We'll be right back. Stay with us.